Hi, boys and girls. Miss you so much. I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving break. I just wanted to quickly go over a few things for today, and I hope that day one is great for you. So I want you to make sure that on your virtual learning packet, this is my virtual learning packet for you, you take a look at the checklist for day one and you make sure that you're following that. So you'll be doing 20 minutes of ST Math and then check that off as you're done. 10 minutes of extra math, so you'll complete extra math, check that off whenever it says you are done. And then Seesaw 0 through 5 practice, so you'll see an activity on there with multiplication practice. You'll see a distributive property times 6 I do, we do, you do worksheet, which that is right in here. So you're going to want to make sure that you look inside of your packet as well. Now, every page that I put on there, you're going to have as a paper as well. So I know, in my opinion, and I think that you probably would feel the same way, it's quicker to write your answers on paper. Then you can take a picture of it and just submit it on Seesaw. So while I'm able to do this for you, I would like to continue doing that. In here, here's a reminder of distributive property and an example. Remember our distributive doctor as well. We did this in class too, as a little reminder for what distributive property is. Remember, it's breaking apart. You perform surgery on your array. You cut that array apart and created two smaller arrays that essentially equal that larger array. So here is our I do, we do, you do. I will go ahead and model this for you on Explain Everything in just a moment. You will, as I'm teaching, you will have your paper packet in front of you and you will go ahead and do the steps with me just as though we were in class. So I'll talk you through the I do. I have a little example over here as well. I'll talk you through the I do. You'll be writing it as I'm teaching. And then the we do, I'll go ahead and explain that a little further. And then again, you'll write that with me. And then the you do, you're going to complete this section, submit it on Seesaw. So everything on this page should be complete when you submit it on Seesaw. And these two should model my teaching. So I'll know if you watch the video based on if these are done or not. So make sure that you are doing your best to be accurate with that. And then you have a distributive doctor times 6 activity. So, and it gives example or directions up on the top of the page. So overall, everything is on this checklist that you need to be doing for Tuesday. So you'll be looking at the blue section for today. And then math notebook, we glued all of the pages in our math notebook. As you remember, you did such a good job with that. So you are going to do pages 1 through 2 in here. And this is simply a review. So again, I will show you this up close on Explain Everything, and this is just a review on rounding numbers to the nearest 10 and 100, which we already did in class, but this will be helpful for having this in our math notebook as a reminder of what we have done. It's really important we always go back and review things we have learned. So then you're going to go in your STEM journal, which you should have in your blue Mrs. Hutch folder, and you are going to find the Santa's parachute activity. And here's the focus of it. So Santa's sleigh broke down. Construct a parachute with a basket that will help him land safely on target and upright on the ground. So we're not designing this today. We know that it's important with STEM that we develop background knowledge. So part of that developing background knowledge with important concepts that we'll be talking about in the lesson are watching the QR codes. So you're going to take some time today and watch these 4 QR codes and just enjoy learning that background information. And then keep your STEM journal, put it right back in your blue Hutch folder because you'll need it for tomorrow. And then you're going to work on your Christmas Around the World research. Your goal is to have this full research done by the end of the week. So you have 4 days to complete that, and it's only 1 page. So you have 1 page here, front and back, and you can work on this with your family if they're able to help you, and one, not even a full page on the back, half a page. So some of the questions you'll be answering, and you'll find your information on the website, which it says on your paper, whychristmas.com. And you're going to choose a country with your family. And it's okay if we end up having the same countries because you may find different information than somebody else in class. So you choose whatever country you would like. Maybe one of your relatives maybe you have some of that country in your background. So you could always choose a country that means something to your family, or you could just choose a country that you'd like to learn more about and that seems interesting. So you'll put your name, you'll put your country, And then you're going to write a paragraph describing your country's holiday traditions. Be sure to write using complete sentences. So you're going to read all about that country on whychristmas.com. And if your family is with you and helping you research, you can use other websites or books. But if they are not with you, and you are doing this on your own, I would like you to be using this website, whychristmas.com, because I can guarantee it's safe, and you know I'm very protective of you, and I want you to make sure you're on safe websites that are kid appropriate. So you are going to be researching and describing their holiday traditions. So some of our traditions, if I think about my family, we always set up our Christmas tree after Thanksgiving. Now this year we set it up before because we were just excited. So we always set up our Christmas tree after Thanksgiving and decorate. Let me think of something else. We bake Christmas cookies, and I always do that with my mother-in-law and Maya and Sam, and we'll give Christmas cookies to our neighbors. My neighborhood, we go around and sing Christmas carols to the neighbors. So that's just something, those are some of our traditions that we do. How does your country say Merry Christmas? So your country likely, well, depending on the country, speaks a different language. So you're going to write how they say Merry Christmas. And then I love if you can research how it's actually said so you know how to say it. The goal is that when we get back to school, each of you will design a mini poster, and I'll provide you with the paper. Just a mini poster describing your country, and then we'll all be able to present those. And then I hope I can teach you some songs too, but we'll see. We'll have to see what the month brings. And then who delivers gifts in your country? Write a good description of the gift giver. And then what is unique about how Christmas is celebrated in your country? Is there anything that's unique about it, maybe different than us? Write that down. Try to be detailed, so that way when we create our posters in class, the more detail you have, the more I'm able to help you find those special pictures for your poster. And the more you write using complete sentences now, the easier it's going to be whenever we transfer that information to your poster. What is a traditional food that is eaten in your country around the holidays? Describe this food the best you can. We will not be making the food. You may want to make it with your family for fun this Christmas season and enjoy just experiencing a different country's food, but we won't be bringing that to school this year. But I would still love if you learned about a different food that your country has during the holidays and learned how they make it. And if you have time and your family would like to make that with you, I think that would be amazing. And then anything else you'd like to share about your country. So this one is kind of optional. You know, anything else that just stands out to you as interesting, feel free to share it. And then when we get back to school, you'll have your research approved by me. You do not need to submit your research on Seesaw unless our time being home would extend further, and then we'll talk about that the following week. But let's hope we get back after this week, and then I can check out your research. You'll bring your paper packet back to me so I can check it out. You'll gather photos from your country's Christmas with me, so I'll sit one-on-one with each of you for just a couple minutes, and we'll talk about some photos of things you would like me to gather for you. I'll do the research, gather the photos, print them for you, and I'll help you design your mini poster. So you'll design a mini poster, you'll share and present it to the class, and that'll be something really special this holiday season, just to learn how different countries do celebrate Christmas. So again, for today, the biggest focus is, and you may, with that Christmas Around the World research, you may finish it all in one day, and that's okay. I put it as a little check mark for each day, but if you finish the whole packet on day one, check it off, but also check it off on the other days too. And then just know that that's okay if you finish it all in one day. I understand that. You don't have to do a piece of it every day if you finish it all at once. So I want you to focus on Tuesday's checklist and then make sure that you are completing those activities. I'm going to go ahead and transition to explain everything right now so I can show you and remind you how we do the distributive property, and then also walk you through your math notebook. I will see you if you need any help or would just like to get on to talk. I will be on Teams. You'll go to your calendar, you'll click join at 10 o'clock and at 2 o'clock today. So really whatever is convenient for you, if you would like to hop on and talk about, we can talk about your break, we can talk about anything lesson related that you need support with, but 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock and then 2 o'clock till 3 o'clock are the times that I'll be available to help you with anything. So come prepared with your questions or just to tell me a story, and I'm happy to listen. So I'm going to transition to explain everything right now, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the virtual learning packet. So again, we are looking at Tuesday, December 1st. As you complete an activity, you will go ahead and check it off in your packet. And then you will also check out Seesaw and make sure that you have all of your activities done on there. So the first lesson that I'm going to show you is about the distributive property. So right now I'm going to show you the I do, we do, you do times 6 worksheet. So you will see this assigned on Seesaw, but you also have the paper version. So you can choose to do the paper version and then take a picture of it and submit it on Seesaw, or you can choose to just do the activities strictly on Seesaw. So it's up to you, whatever you would like to do. I believe doing the paper version would definitely be much neater. So whatever is going to make you do your neatest work, please do that. So here is distributive property I do, we do, you do times 6. If you look at the example, first the directions say begin by drawing an array for the multiplication expression given. Then break it apart into 2 arrays. Finally, fill in the blanks to complete the equation. So if we look at the example, you can see the problem was 3 times 6. And then we broke the 6 apart into 5 and 1 by drawing the line. And then it created an array for 5 times 3, and you can see here 5 and 3, and then 1 times 3. So up here, 5 plus 1 equals 6, which is our original fact. So the array still shows 6 times 3, but we just broke it up into 2 smaller arrays, which we show below. So for my I do, I'm going to show you 4 times 6. So I'm going to start by drawing 4 down, and I'd like you to do the same thing on your paper right along with me. So if you don't have your paper, pause the video, go get your packet so you can do this right along with me. Okay, so I have 4 going down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my original array up here is 6 times 4. I'm going to go ahead and break that 6 apart by drawing a line, splitting it apart into 5 and 1. So now I have an array, and I'm going to outline it for you with my yellow here. So now this array is showing 5 times 4, and this array is showing 1 times 4. So I'm going to go ahead and write 5 times 4 right here. Or I'm sorry, 4 times 5. It doesn't matter either way. And then 4 times 1. So right here, the 5 and the 1, 5 plus 1 equals 6. So we broke apart that original 6 into 5 and 1. So we only break apart one factor with the distributive property. The other factor stays the same. So right here, this will be 4 times 5. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 4 going down, 5 across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 times 5 equals 20, so I'm going to go ahead and draw my arrow down and put 20. Now 4 times 1, so I have 1 column of 4. 4 times 1 equals 4, and 20 plus 4 equals 24. And our original problem, 4 times 6, gives us a product of 24. Okay, for our we do, I'm going to go ahead and show you, and let me zoom in really quick because I'm not sure if once this transfers to YouTube if you'll be able to see this as clearly. So right now, if you still need to copy down your work, pause the video, copy down your work, and then as soon as you have it copied down, you can go ahead and resume the video. Let me zoom out a little bit more so you can see that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the we do section. So for the we do section, I have 6 times 9. So I'm going to go ahead and start by drawing 6 down, 5, 6, and then 9 across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here I have 6 times 9. Again, I'm going to break the 6 apart into 5 and 1, and this is just my preference. Some people like 3 and 3, but I think a 5's fact is very easy to solve, and I think a 1's fact is very easy to solve. So breaking that 6 apart into 5 and 1 I think is very helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and split this 6 apart into 5 and 1, and then down here I have 1 times 9, and up here I have 5 times 9. So I'm going to go ahead and write my problems down below. 5 times 9 and 1 times 9. So I'm going to draw my arrays now, and I'm going to label up here just so I keep it straight. 5 times 9 and then 1 times 9. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 5 going down. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here I have, 5 times 9. And 5 times 9, if I need to count up the dots in the array, I can do that, or I can count by 5 9 times. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 5 times 9 is 45. And then here I have one row of 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 times 9 is 9. And I know 45 plus 9 equals 54. So up here, 6 times 9 equals 54. We broke the 6 apart into 5 plus 1 and broke it into 2 smaller arrays, but they still equal the same thing. So now for the you do, you are going to draw an array for 6 times 7, and I would like you to break the 6 apart into 2. By drawing a line, break that 6 apart. You can do like I did with the examples with 5 times 1, or you can break it apart in a different spot. Then you're going to show the 2 smaller arrays, and you're going to show the problems down below as well, just like in the example of the we do and the I do. So I'm going to zoom in on this, press pause if you need to copy down your work. So when you turn this paper in, you are going to go ahead and have this entire page completed just like this, along with the you do completed as well. And this will be posted on Seesaw. So make sure that you are turning that in. Okay, the last thing, you are going to see this is an activity on Seesaw, Distributive Doctor 8 times 6. You'll also see it in your paper packet. And you need to draw an array for 8 times 6, break it apart by drawing a line through the array, and write the 2 new facts and solve. So again, I would like you to break that 6 apart. I don't mind how you break it up. I think breaking it apart into a 5 and a 1, because 5 plus 1 equals 6, is probably the best way, but you can choose where you wish to break it apart. So now I'm going to show you an example. We're going to pretend like this is not 8 times 6. So the way you do this distributive doctor is really the same idea. So I'm going to pretend like it is, let's say, 4 times 6. So same thing we just did. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm creating an array for 4 times 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have 4 times 6. I'm going to break this 6 apart into a 5 and a 1, so I'm going to draw a line right here. Here, the 6 was broken into 1 and 5. So here are my 2 smaller arrays. I have this one right here, and I have this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy those below. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 times 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 4 times 5. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 times 4. So we broke the 6 apart into a 5 and a 1, which is why you see here a 1 and a 5. 5 plus 1 equals 6, but we kept the 4 the same. So I'm going to write my original fact. 4 times 6 equals 24. Now I'm going to show the two smaller facts I broke it up into. 1 times 4 plus 5 times 4, and I'm getting these facts right here, equals 24. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Notice the plus sign. 20 plus 4 equals 24. So that's my example for you with how you do distributive doctor. Now you are going to do distributive doctor for 8 times 6. Again, let me zoom in on this example. Press pause if you need to press pause so you can see an example of how to do this distributive doctor problem. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go back to the checklist. Don't forget about the other activities that you have to do on here. So you still need to work with your you still need to work with your daily Common Core review page. That will be posted on Seesaw as well. And your math notebook review pages. So you'll work on those in your math notebook. You're going to review rounding by rounding all of those problems with what they are asking you to round to. And then your word study sort, let me go ahead and show you that on Seesaw, and then everything else on this checklist. So check off the items as you do them, please. Okay, on Seesaw, I don't have everything posted on here yet, but you will see everything posted on here by Monday morning by the time you're watching this. So your first activity you can see is the homework word sort for our patterns this week, which are GE, DGE, CH, and TCH. So let me go ahead and show you this activity. And we have done word sorts in class many times, so you know what to do with these. You're going to look for the GE pattern in words such as cage. So cage just has the GE, and it says J. Fudge has a DGE, but it still just says J. So you're going to look for the two sounds that say J, and you're going to put them in their correct pattern based on their spelling. And then coach has a CH. You're going to put anything with CH in the CH column. And itch has a TCH. But again, they both sound like ch. So you are going to sort the words based on the patterns you notice within the words. So once you complete this and sort all of the words that are listed below, you will go ahead and submit that to me. And then I believe that is it for today. So make sure you check off all of these things on your checklist as you have them completed. You do not need to submit your checklist to me, but you do need to be working on checking that off and submitting anything on Seesaw. Don't forget to work on your Christmas Around the World research. Try to get that done sooner rather than later, so that way that's one thing off your checklist every day. So try to work on it on a day when family can help you as well, because it's such a fun family project. All right, I wish you a great rest of your day. I will see you at 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock on Teams if you need anything. And I hope that you are able to enjoy the day, and hopefully we'll get some snow so you can enjoy playing in the snow some too. All right, I will talk to you later, boys and girls. Good luck. Do your best.